How much money do you need to save to retire? A recent study found that on average, you should put away at least $2.5 million. Unfortunately, that's about $2 million more than the average balance of most American investors. Here to break down the numbers and what each age group should be doing for their retirement is author and financial advisor Laurie Itkin. Laurie, good to see you.
Hi, Andrew. Good to be here.
All right. Do Americans really need to save that much? $2.5 million. I imagine it would depend on the person and the situation. Here in San Diego, it might be on the upper end, though.
Well, most of the people watching today are probably thinking, is this lady crazy? $2.5 million. But let's remember, if you want to retire in California, we have one of the highest cost of livings in the country. And don't forget, we also have one of the highest state income taxes. So the 2.5 million isn't that far off. Also, you need to ask yourself, at what age do you wish to retire? If you're going to work till you're 90, you don't need 2.5 million, but you're looking to retire at 55 or 60, you may have to support yourself for 30 years after that. So you need a lot of money.
Yeah, especially as we're living longer and longer. Now, we're going to get to ages in a second, but what if somebody, in the 20s, 30s, 40s, hasn't even started yet, and they say, you know what, I don't even know where to start or if I can at this point. Obviously, they can at some point, but what do they do if they say, I don't even know where to go?
Well, advice for all ages, two things. First of all, if you work for an employer that provides a match to some of your contributions to the retirement plan, you have to do it because that's the only time in your life you're going to get free money for just showing up. You're getting 100% return on your investment before you even decide how to invest it. So again, if you get a match through your employer, contribute at least to that match. Number two, pay off your credit cards every month. Credit card debt will spiral into a black hole of financial despair. I mean, even me, I looked at my credit card rate. I have a very high credit score. I use my United Mileage Plus credit card to get points. And if I did not pay off my balance every month, I'd be paying 15% interest. Some people I know have credit cards that are 18, 20, 22%. If you're paying that much in interest, you're never going to be able to invest at 8% and come out ahead.
Might be a good time to cut off the credit cards, just use the debit cards perhaps. Now, here in San Diego, Laurie, is it harder for folks? Obviously, we need to probably save more, but is it harder for us to save here considering it's a more expensive place to live?
Oh, it absolutely is. And people in their 20s and 30s dream about buying a home, but it's very expensive to buy a home. Of course, rent is expensive here as well. So I really say that people living in California, you really have to live below your means. And that really means that every day you're going to have to make choices. You're going to not do things that you want to do because you have to remember when you're 55, 60, 65, you won't have a choice. So in your 20s and 30s, really live below your means, even if your income is increasing. Just spend less than you earn.
Yeah, can we talk about those ages specifically, Laurie? You kind of touched on it there with 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. What do you do in each age group?
Well, in your 20s, this is your time to invest in yourself, invest in your education and career. And if you are going to take any debt, it should be student debt, college or higher education. That's number one. Number two, you're going to want to avoid those credit cards. In your 30s, you may want to start looking at having children or buying a home. And if you have children and you plan to send them to college, you need to start putting together a college savings account because I will tell you that I find a lot of people in their 40s and 50s raid their retirement account to pay for their students, for their kids' education. And your kids can always get a loan for school. You cannot get a loan for your retirement.
Very good advice. Never too late to get started. Author and financial advisor Laurie Itkin, thank you so much for your insight. Good to see you.
Thank you.